Let's see, what do we got here? I think we go for this guy. It's a little farther away, so our chances of finding good stuff on board are a little higher. Okay, we'll drift a little bit, kill the cross, and accelerate. And hopefully we don't bump the ship in the process. Now, while we're doing that, I want to double check everything here and make sure that all of the parts get put where they belong. Do have some food. And I think something broke. I don't know what. Let's... I mean, can we pry this? Alright, so there's basically nothing in here. Nothing useful, anyway. Can I scrap this? No. It will only let me uninstall it or repair it. So if I repair it, I need mechanical parts and scrap aluminum. Alright, make it happen. Don't tell me you're missing scrap aluminum. I know I have 2 stacks of it. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to finish repairing this before we meet up with the other ship. Oh, come on, baby. Okay. Kill the speed. Since we're already within the 2-kilometer range. Because I'm good at time management. We're gonna drift in nice and easy. Like a glove. Alright, we got a sensor warning there for some strange reason. Let me see. Oh, right, I wanted to go down here and drop this stuff in here. Make sure that we're putting all of our junk in the correct spots. And that's more scrap aluminum, so we'll dump that here. And I don't have anywhere else to put this motherboard, so I'm just going to drop it on the floor. And let's see, I didn't bother to check the name of the ship that we've run into on this one. But I guess the name doesn't matter as much as what's in it. So you got an O2 canister. Oh, well. Got a helium tank sitting right in front of us as soon as we walk in. That's a good sign. But we'll do the usual. That was an exceptional condition. There's not hardly any oxygen in it. So yeah, we got helium tank. So maybe if we're lucky, we'll find a reactor as well. That would certainly be nice. I vaguely remember watching The Hunted, but now that I think about it, I can't actually remember anything about the movie. Just because it's probably been, like, since the late 90s or early 2000s the last time I watched it. But I do vaguely remember watching it, and I watched it mostly because he was in it. But I'll have to see if they have it on, like, Netflix, or maybe it's on YouTube or something like that. Because I'm always up for some Christopher Lambert. Yeah, no, if there's ninjas, then yeah, good. Sold. Absolutely sold. That's all I needed to hear. The only way it could be better is if they also had pirates and they fight at some point. Also, I'm wondering what's going on in here because, like, if you look, you see all these little numbers. I don't know if you guys can see it on stream, but there's, like, little numbers here that indicate stacks of parts. And there's a lot of 10s and 20s and 16s in here. And I find that very concerning for some reason. So I guess we're gonna have to scrap this door too. It is good that they changed that, because having to either bash down or uninstall a door to get through it was a pain in the ass. So like, if it's a door that I know I don't need, being able to scrap it to get it out of the way is super useful. Let's see, this one is valid. Okay, nice. So this one is valid until the middle of the day tomorrow. So I think we just found a replacement license. Yep, more doors leading outside. Got a lot of just spare parts kicking around here. Which is kind of strange. I mean, not that I'm complaining, but like, I don't think we need this many parts. I may grab a stack of this aluminum though, because could always use more scrap aluminum. Wait, what is this? Scrap aluminum, scrap aluminum. Oh, okay, so the stack is only 15. I think if there's any steel here, I'm going to grab that as well, because we don't have a whole lot of steel right now. And I always like to keep a relatively decent stock of everything, if I can. I think I'll also grab some electronics parts, because we're running low on those. And then we got another door in our way, so let's go ahead and scrap that one too. I can see a motherboard through the hole in the door. We're also already experiencing mild hypercapnia, so we'll need to head back to the ship soon. Man, they have changed the stack sizes on so much of this stuff these days. Like, I remember the stack sizes for almost all spare parts being 20 each, and now that's not the case. Ammo casings. Well, somebody was having a good time with a handgun. Wasn't me, though. I think I already checked these bins, but let's check them again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I already checked them. Well, alright, scrapping another door, and then I think we turn around and head back before our boy suffocates. And I see a battery running, which is a good sign. Means we might potentially have some power on board and might have some functional systems. One can hope, at least. Alright. Well, I wonder. Let me think about this for a second. So if I have a bottle of vodka, and I open the inventory, and then I have a drink pouch and I open the inventory, I can put the water in the vodka bottle. Outstanding. Okay, so that's exactly what I wanted to find out, because then I can put the bottle in here. Nice. It's not quite a flask, but it will do. A flask would be ideal for carrying around water, but I will absolutely take a vodka bottle instead. So there we go. Put that in here, we'll do that. And yeah, so we've got a good stock of spare parts now. And we'll head back in. Almost grabbed the busted helmet off the floor. Definitely need to grab that helium canister. But that's close to the entrance, so I can grab that on the way out. Oh, baby, we got a reactor. Nice. So I don't know what we're going to need to repair that, but I'm thinking with as many junk parts as we have laying around on the floor, we should be able to find everything we need to get it repaired. And there's the crowbar. If I had just waited for 2 more derelicts, I would have gotten it for free, as usual. Let's check the floor here. Nothing useful. And this is a dead end, but we do have a bin here with another permit. Let's see when the expiration date is on this one. About the same. I will take it, though, just because you can sell the license for a fair bit of money. I said drop the drink pouch, you goofball. The crowbar helps, but I didn't realize that with the right tools, you're actually able to scrap doors now. You used to not be able to, or you needed the crowbar in order to scrap a door, but apparently you don't now, and that's a huge improvement. At least to me. So we got several batteries. I'm gonna look at what do we need to get this reactor running. It's damaged for sure. If I go to repair, we need a motor, a screen, a heatsink, motherboards, electronic parts, mechanical. We basically need everything. Screw it, we're gonna do it. Because the reactor is gonna be absolutely great in terms of value. And actually, if we can figure out what's wrong with the electrical in this thing, we might be able to get the power back on. And I've already scrapped a lot of this ship, but there's a part of me that thinks it might have been better to try to get it up and running. I have no idea where this clown is floating off to right now. Although he has done me the favor of showing me that there's a whole lot of containers out here on the outside of the ship. Which I did not know. Although these appear to be mostly full of junk. I'll probably sell this reactor. Just because we're not in a ship where we can really use it right now. There's definitely not enough room to install it on the ship that we're currently in. And I haven't found a ship. I mean, that's not true. We did find the, that one ship that I can't even remember the name of now. I'd have to roll back the VOD. But there was that one ship that was in actually really good condition, aside from the fact that there was basically nothing in it. We could potentially transplant the reactor to that ship instead. I think we got all the parts we need to start repairing? Maybe? Alvin? Alvin? Buddy, are you okay? Are we still missing parts? Repair. No? Okay, so clearly you're having a brain fart. Let's check the tasks. What are you still missing? Missing a heatsink. I don't think I can do much about that. Have we not come across a heatsink? I could swear we came across one in here. Then again, we've been through a lot of ships, so maybe I'm remembering one of the other ships. But that's okay, there's still other parts of the ship that we can break into, so maybe we'll get lucky and find a heatsink in one of those areas. And worst case scenario, we can still uninstall the thing and repair it later. So, if worse comes to worse, I'll just yank it out of the ship and we'll fix it when we actually find the parts. It's not the end of the world. Alright, we can pry this door since it's not locked, so we'll use the crowbar and pop that one open. And we got a whole bunch of nothing. And it looks like we did find the heatsink we were looking for. Okay. Well, whatever we still needed, our boy Alvin clearly found it. Are you gonna do it? You're feeling vaguely unwell. Are you gonna start working on it? No? You still need more parts? What are you doing? My man? Alvin? Buddy? There we go. We got it. He's working on it. Yeah, you're gonna experience some mild hypercapnia. Yeah, exactly. Let him cook. Let him cook. Alright, moderate. We're gonna bail. We'll head back to the ship, get some air, and then we'll come back and finish the repair. But yeah, we got everything we needed, thankfully. The abundance of random junk laying all over the place was exactly what we needed. We'll let our mans get a deep breath, and then we are diving right back in. And I see stuff sparking in the ship. That is a bad sign. Finish your repair, buddy. I mean, technically, I know I said I was thinking about selling the reactor, but technically we could keep it. And we've also got the helium, so at that point, the only thing we would still need is a deuterium canister, which would then give us everything we need for a reactor, so... there's a part of me that says that's the move. Because it's taken us this long to find a reactor, and I'm worried that it might take us even longer to find another one. But then again, that's the luck of the draw. Sometimes this game will do that to you. Sometimes you'll get a seed where you just don't find reactors. Alright, while we're here, I'm just going to go ahead and restore this because I know we're going to take it. Even though there's nothing in it, we're still going to take it. So go ahead and restore it. Alright, and then we will uninstall. Go ahead and get this thing moved over now while I'm thinking about it. And again, we still haven't even finished exploring the ship, so we could potentially find more goodies before it's all said and done. Although we are kind of running out of places to put stuff in the ship. I don't know if we're going to have enough space for a reactor and a canister. It's going to be a tight fit, that's for sure. But that's the way we like it, right? We'll move this here. We'll put the canister here. So then the only place I'd be able to put the reactor would be like up here on the floor. So I think we take the guns and the pills and the EVA suit and all this other fun stuff. Make a hole for the reactor and we can just cram these little bits and pieces wherever they'll fit. Hey, do we have... Yeah, we have a little more room down here. We can do this. We can do this. This is the other reason I don't like keeping the starter ship, is because you find yourself in this situation very early, where you have all this stuff that you could potentially scrap, but you don't have room for it, and you end up having to leave really good scrap behind because no space. But the problem is, with the transponders that they've put in now, and you have to be registered to the ship in order to dock, you have the knock-on effect of, yeah, I could potentially take over this ship, and I could fill it up with scrap, and then try to turn around and go sell it, and then they won't even let me dock with it. And so if I wanted to return this stuff, then the first thing I would have to do is take what I wanted to sell and put it on our starter ship, and then fly the starter ship back, and then come back to the big ship and get more stuff, and you basically have to ferry it back and forth, and it's kind of a pain. Yeah, you can come back. I at the moment, I don't think that the NPCs or the AI will actually take anything from ships. Like, they will dock with ships, and they'll do stuff, but they don't... Like, they don't do what I'm doing. They don't take parts off the ship. They don't scrap anything. Yeah, that's part of the reason that I'm looking forward to telling. The other thing, too, is you can buy a registration for a ship. Like, if you go out into the boneyard and you find a ship and you want it, if you have enough money, you can just buy the registration for it, because it's a derelict. Like, nobody owns it. But it's usually pretty expensive, and it's also based on the value of whatever's in the ship when you try to buy it. So, like, in this case, if I wanted to keep this ship, I'm actually benefited by pulling all of the valuable stuff out of it first, and then going to buy the license for the ship. Excuse me. And then going back and reinstalling all the stuff that you just took out of it. So it's a little weird. The ship registration and the ship transponders and stuff is a little weird, and they're still tuning it as far as how to implement it and how exactly it plays with the game balance. But it also, like, I don't hate the change, because it fixes the main problem that I had with the game, which is there was no real challenge once you found a good ship. Like, once you found a ship that was worth keeping, at that point, it was just go buy a laser torch, restore all the parts, and now you're good. But now you have to actually find a way to take ownership of a larger, more important ship before you can actually start to make use of it. So it adds that extra layer of complexity. Like, I like the change, it's just frustrating in a situation like this. Well, hello again, Game Master. Hopefully you enjoyed your nap. I assume that's where you've been all this time. Don't be sorry. You got a new you. If you needed sleep, I'm not gonna fault you for taking some time. Oh, we got a grinder. Good charge, decent condition. It's probably not worth much, but I'll take it. See what we got in the toolbox here. Nothing. And more scrap parts. You're good, you're good. Like I said, if you need a nap, take a nap. And hopefully the sound of my voice was soothing enough. Man, a lot of scrap in here and not a whole lot else. But we did learn before that there are bins on the outside of the ship, so I will have to remember that the next time we find one of these model of ships anyway, that apparently there are bins attached to the outside. And we got screwdriver and batteries. Screwdriver and PDA. Clearly I'm in the wrong game. I need to be doing that ASMR stuff. Go lick a microphone for 6 hours, I'll be a millionaire. Alright, I think this is a bathroom, but I'm still gonna break the door down anyway because Loot Goblin's got a loot goblin, okay? I'm not gonna apologize for what I am. Is that a, yeah, that's a little hex, huh? Alright, alright. We got a bin that's about to fall apart. Clearly heat sinks is something that we need to keep a couple of laying around, cause, our man's almost tried to kill himself trying to get to a heat sink last time. Got PDA, some cigarette packs, I got a bed, but we already fixed up the one that we have. Got a heater, another door. This one probably leads outside, but let's go ahead and scrap it. Oh, don't get your hopes up. I'm no good at that. Don't think I didn't think about it. And another license. Another license. Man. Alright. Let's see if this one's even better. Nope. But it's still worth some money. And, yeah, this just leads out into the void of space. I guess we can check this side of the ship. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If there's bins outside on one side of the ship, then there may be on the other as well. So it looks like we got the antenna, but it's damaged, and we already found the transponder on this ship, and that was damaged as well. So all in all, no dice, but that's okay. Oh, that's right. You don't like it when I do that, so I have to. This is one of the unfortunate things about doing like EVA stuff is the pathfinding seems to break. Yeah. But the pathfinding seems to break whenever you tell your person to go outside and then go back inside. You have to, like, manually navigate them back to the door. So, Alvin is not smart enough to find his way back onto the ship without assistance. But yeah, ASMR is... I know there's a lot of people that give ASMR people flack and like, oh, it's like a sexual thing, but like now it can be relaxing. It's like white noise, and if you find the right person or you find the right kind of ASMR, I mean, it's like Nirvana. And I'm speaking from experience. Like, I know it's gonna sound weird, and so, don't judge. It's a judgment-free zone, but don't judge. There was this... God, the ship is so full of stuff, too. But there was a guy that I used to watch his videos all the time. And he was like a... I don't know what he did. He's like a barber, or... Not really a barber, it's weird. So he was an Indian guy. And he would do, like, these massages and stuff for people. But he had a very particular way of doing it. The guy's name was Baba Sin. Or at least that's the name that he went by. And I used to watch his stuff all the time. And I really love, like, there's just something about what he did that would, like, it did it for me. It was just so relaxing. And unfortunately, I think he died like a year or two ago, and they still keep his channel up, and all of his videos are still up as like a memorial. And for people that, didn't get a chance to experience his stuff back when he was alive, but that was really the only ASMR that ever worked for me. I know some people, people talk about the tingles that you get and stuff like that. I'm right there with you. It doesn't really... That's not for me. I don't really have that, but I know that ASMR can definitely be a pleasant experience if you find something that works for you. So I think the play is we head back to K-Leg. We are running out of space on the ship, so we gotta go back and unload. And unfortunately, I think that means I may not sell the reactor right away. I tell you what, so what was the name of that ship? Do you guys remember? I don't remember the name of that big ship. Oh no, never mind. We can't use that ship anyway, because we got bumped in that ship and it went flying off into the void. I wouldn't be totally against fixing this one. So this is the Moaning Crooner, which is a terrible name. But I think when we head back to K-Leg, I will check this on the ship registry and we will see how much they want for this ship. So as usual, we'll bring ourselves up to about 200 meters per second. And then I'm going to double check everything. I know we still have our zones set up, so all that should be good. And then we did pick up several additional licenses, so I'm going to drop those on the ground and we will sell those when we get back. And we're going to throw that in there. We'll sell the grinder. Yeah. All right. We're in good shape. Ish. Alright, so we are in control of the ship. We'll go ahead and fast forward. Already we're having issues with our cross. That's alright. Yeah, and you can see there how quickly these NPC ships just roll up and try to dock, which is why I'm always very, very nervous around NPC ships because they have zero situational awareness. Okay, we'll bleed some speed, get to the docking menu. Docking, accept. I'm aware, thank you. And yeah, I know we're coming in a little hot. I'm just trying to bridge the gap a little faster. And then we will roll in here. And there we go. I say, there we go. It does seem to take a lot longer for it to load K-Leg than it used to, and I think that's just because there's more NPCs and stuff. But there we go. Let's head inside, and we now have multiple licenses, which are good, so we shouldn't have an issue with that. And we're gonna go trade, see what we can get. So I didn't think there was anything in the backpack, nothing in there. The crate is just for our tools. So the bulkhead, poop. Wow, how about that? So that handgun, when it's fully repaired, is worth 1,300. That's great. We got the like new pressure suit helmet. I'll go ahead and sell that. Oh mama. Oh mama. 66K for a reactor. I'm gonna hang on to it. I said I was gonna find out first. I said I was gonna look first. So we will look. As we got batteries used. Bed like new. There's poop. Well, never mind. Salvage permits are worthless now, apparently. They used to be worth at least 1,000 or so, but looks like that is not the case anymore. So we'll sell all the extra power tools that we picked up. Head into zone 2. We don't want the nausea pills. And I guess, let's see. Get all our spare parts. Okay, zone 3, zone 4. More pills. Got more handguns as well. And, yeah, I think we're good. So 4K off of just the random chunk. And we know that we've got at least 66K in the reactor. So let's transit. And we're gonna head to... I think it's the commercial? I think is where we need to go. I forget. I think it's commercial. Yeah. This is where we need to be. Alright, so now that we're here, I think the kiosk is up here. We'll go to... This is the shipbroker kiosk. Yep, this is exactly what we needed. So we're gonna look at the shipbroker, and we're looking for the... I don't remember. What was the name of it? It was like the moaning something. Again, terrible name. I want to buy derelicts. There it is, moaning crooner. So, they want 87, almost 88k for the moaning crooner. Now, we already have 42k. And if we sell the reactor, we're going to get another 66, which will give us more than enough money to buy it. But then we're losing the reactor that we took out of it. And it's the first reactor that we've seen. So we would then immediately have to repair everything on the ship. And we would have to repair everything on the ship, and we would have to then find another reactor to power it. It could be a good long-term project, but we could also potentially soft-lock ourselves. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it either, Bamboozle. Like, I was thinking about it initially because it's a large ship, and it's got big cargo bays, which would give us plenty of space for scrap. But yeah, I don't think that we're really gonna get that much by buying it, other than a giant project that we're gonna have to work on. Yeah, maybe. If I wanted to sell our ship, I mean, I could potentially sell the ship that we currently have for 353k, but there's a lot of stuff that I would want to take out of it first, which is going to bring the value down, so... Yeah, I think we pass. I think we just sell the reactor, sell the helium tank, and continue to save up. You never know, we might find a unicorn out there, and having extra money to help us buy it would be a good thing. So, yep, let's go to the license station. And as much as it pains me, we're gonna sell the reactor, and we're gonna sell the helium canister. But that's gonna give us another 70k in total. So we are sitting pretty in terms of money, at least for right now. Unfortunately, that's kind of one of the downsides of the new transponder system and the whole, you know, ship ownership thing, is it doesn't really incentivize you to buy a ship unless you're planning on keeping it. Like, they haven't quite gotten it to a point where buying a derelict and then fixing it up is worth your time. And hopefully they will at some point, but for right now, the fact that you have to own the ship in order to sell it means that it's usually an expenditure that's not worth it. But we'll go ahead and refill. We didn't actually use that many resources, but it never hurts to fill up on everything. It looks like they've also fixed the issue, so you'll notice a lot of people are walking around with helmets. Initially, especially like these guys that are walking around with pressure suit helmets that don't actually provide oxygen. In the earlier versions of the game, you would see these people would just walk around until they just died, like suffocated. And so you could actually get really good EVA suits and stuff simply by virtue of waiting around until someone passed out and then stealing all their stuff. Speaking of stealing stuff, I'm gonna see... Nope, no EVA helmet. Looks like the roster or the stock has not changed yet, which is unfortunate. I'll tell you what, though. we could buy a laser torch. We got a lot of money right now. And a laser torch would give us a lot more efficiency in our work. And it'll also replace some of the tools so we can cut back on what we need. So if we buy this and we buy the battery charger, but don't buy an additional battery, then we're out 20k? Nah, we'll save. Because what normally happens every time I say that, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy X, and then I find X in the very next ship that I go to. So, we'll wait. I'm not gonna get impatient. And, yeah, let's undock. And we'll get turned around. And our cross is already good, so let's just put the spurs to it and we will head out. Give ourselves a nice little boost of speed. And then I think while we travel, it would be a good opportunity to start trying to repair some of the stuff on this ship. Because I feel like we're gonna be here for a little bit. And actually, it's also a good idea to go ahead and eat since we're hungry. And we'll have a drink since we're thirsty. Oh, of course, Alvin decides to drink the vodka first. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. Except that's not going to quench your thirst, so we're going to have to drink the water to not be thirsty. And now we have an empty bottle, but that's okay. Next time we come across some liquid, I'll be sure to grab that up. So yeah, in the meantime, I'm just going to put Alvin on auto, and he's going to start walking around repairing stuff. Or he's not going to repair, he will restore. So we're going to let him do that while we travel. And try to get as much of this ship... Well, okay, that was a little faster than I thought. I thought we'd have a little more time to work on it, but... I'm not going to complain about getting there faster, that's for sure. Wrong way. Okay, so our cross is way out of whack. Let's fix that first. And ease it on in. Man, the only way that could have been smoother is if we put some lube on it. Alright. Actually, you know what? It's a tradition. We're auto-saving. It's a tradition. Okay. So, the current ship is Discretion Valor. Alright, that's an interesting name. What were you trying to fix? Was it the pump? Oh. Hold on. Sorry about that, Jen. Had to sneeze. Didn't want to blow your eardrums out. But yeah, it looks like that air pump is damaged, so rather than have our boy kill himself trying to fix it, let's just head on in and see what the Discretion Valor has for us. Or should I enunciate the slash? Should we call it the... Oh, hi! Oh, hi! Okay. Thought that was a ghost for a second, but no, this is, This is illegal civilian, so you're a pirate, but you are using a police spacesuit. So, guys, I can tell already from the person moving so slowly and the fact that they are blacking out that they are already having a problem. They don't have any oxygen. They are suffocating. And this person is going to try to extort me because they're a pirate. But what I'm going to do is cheese the F out of this. And the first thing I'm going to do is leave. And I'm going to get them to follow me. So, leave. Oh, you're not actually going to let me leave. Okay, so I'm going to have to engage in conversation. This is what I mean about the whole conversation thing doesn't work very well. So I'm just going to mention a headline. Like, if I have to engage in conversation, I'm not going to attack. I just need to get away from this person. And then I'm going to cheese it and let them suffocate. And it'll be a good excuse for us to check the ship while we're at it. And this definitely looks like some type of freighter. There's a bunch of crates and a bunch of places for more crates. So that's a good sign. And just looking at it, it looks like the ship is in not terrible condition. What? No. Okay, so they're actually trying to attack me. So what we do now is we dodge, and then I just continue to move because they're going to try to melee me. If they had a gun, they would have used it already. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get into our ship, I'm going to lock the door, and then I'm just going to let them suffocate. Alright, so access the lock. Lock the door. Oh, no, I don't remember. I don't remember what the code is. Alright, so what I need to do is I need to get in here. Use. And then I want to ship logs, and the door is 3345. Okay. So then we're going to access the door. 3345. Lock. There we go. And now, homeboy / homegirl is screwed. And it's going to keep auto-pausing on me because they continue to try to interact with me. But now that I've locked the door and they no longer have access to me, that should solve the problem. So, yeah. I think now is a great time for us to continue repairing the ship while we wait. Again, I kind of feel like a scumbag just cheesing it like this, but I'm gonna say that Alvin is a pacifist. He is non-violent. He doesn't want to fight this pirate person. Yeah. Let the Jeopardy music play. If it takes too long, I'll just leave, but we need to do some repairs on the ship anyway, and I don't want to squabble with a pirate, so to me it's a win-win. We're doing two things that we need to do anyway. Because if the pirate dies, again, this ship seems like it's in pretty good shape. So if the pirate does die and this ends up being a ship worth keeping, then maybe we get 3 birds with 1 stone. I'm essentially just keeping an eye out for them. Like, you can see the little flashlight, the light source of them walking around the ship. I'm just waiting for that to disappear. Because once it goes away for an extended period of time, that's how I know that they finally dropped. But like I said, I'm not gonna make you guys sit here and wait for that too long. Eventually I will just call it, but it's a good opportunity to get some repairs done on the ship. In the meantime, how about that Logan sports team? I hear they're doing all right at that sport that they play. No, in actuality, some things that I did notice while we wait for nature to take its course. For those of you that care, today is actually the 10-year anniversary of the premiere of the anime Kill la Kill, which I was interested to see. That was one of my more enjoyable animes from the mid-2000s. I wouldn't put it on quite the same level as Gurren Lagann, which is another Trigger show, but it was pretty good. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it, at least. Oh, the 84 Dune. Man. Like, there was something about the, like, orchestral plus the little notes, the Henson notes of, like, rock music that just really did it for me in that soundtrack. I love the 1984 Dune movie. I know a lot of people criticize it, but man, that movie had it going on. I'm trying to figure out, do we, like has a battery died on one of our tools or something? I'm trying to figure out where our guy is just fiddling around and not fixing stuff. Yeah, what, is it because you're out of parts? Like, I'm confused. What are you trying to do that you can't do? You don't have any tasks queued. Like, you're trying to get somewhere. I don't know. Alvin is losing his mind right now. Yeah, I mean, clearly, I'm beginning to think that them dying was an over-exaggeration. Because we've been here for, well, I mean, in-game time, we've only been here for like 5 minutes. But, yeah, the guy just does not seem to want to drop. I mean, I guess I could go back on Alvin's pacifist ways. We do have a knife. I could try to use the knife. I don't know what they're carrying. Do we become a murderer, chat? Do we commit space murder? I'll leave it up to you guys. I'm okay with just cutting our losses and leaving, but if you guys want Alvin to potentially become a space murderer, is our mans is having a brain fart here. I guess that's a fair point. That's a fair point. They are a space pirate, so is it not right and just for us to space murder a space pirate? The unfortunate thing is, where they have an EVA suit and clearly have not run out of oxygen yet. What the F? So this guy is outside the ship now? What the crap? Alright. But anyway, we're gonna have to fight this guy with a pressure suit, which means we're gonna run out of oxygen probably pretty quickly, especially if we're exerting ourselves by trying to fight. Whereas this guy is not gonna have that problem. Actually, I'll tell you what, one thing I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna get myself in trouble, is I'm gonna factory reset this door. And the reason I'm factory resetting the door is because it'll allow me to change the, it allows me to change the access code for it. And I'm just gonna set it to something easy. Because the AI doesn't attempt to figure out the passcode. What the hell? Random mechanical parts. Okay, so something fell apart. I don't know what. But, let's go stab a pirate, I guess. Where are you, space cowboy? What? Okay. I can apparently attempt to stab him with the lamp. Like, the flashlight that we currently have in our hand, it's giving me the option to attempt to stab this person with it. Let me see. They have a gun. And again, no ammunition. I don't think, anyway. But the problem is, they have bludgeon damage. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna stab. Stabby stabby. And we're gonna stab again. I attempt to stab. And I did scratch his arm. Got his leg. This guy just keeps telling me to give, like, hey, give me your stuff, give me your stuff. And I'm like, bruh, we are engaged in Mortal Kombat here, brother. I don't know if you understand the situation or not. So yeah, we have chosen maximum violence. The sad thing is, I really want this dude's EVA suit, and I'm probably going to destroy it in the process of attacking him. So, I'm trying to stab to minimize damage to the EVA suit, but the problem is that it keeps slashing him instead. Like, I don't know if that even matters. So we are now exhausted, which is what I was afraid of. We have not started to experience hypercapnia yet. Unfortunately, I think we gotta try to break away here. I mean, I guess we could demand surrender. What? What? Okay, there we go. So if I demand their surrender, and they're just saying the same thing. Okay, well, screw it. I'll demand their surrender until I get my breath back, and then I'll attack them again. Because they don't seem to want to, like, they're not trying to take any action against me, except just saying, oh, give me your stuff, give me your stuff. And I'm like, if you're not gonna try to hit me, I'm not gonna stop until you're dead, my friend. Yeah, we're not really getting anywhere here. I was told that combat was a little finicky. It would appear that that is a adequate assessment of the situation. So we're barely affecting him at this point. So I say we dodge attacks and we try to escape. Get back to the ship. Oh no. We try to get back to the ship if we can. Oh, now he is actually taking swings at us. I want to try to get away. I think we're do or die here, guys. Like it or not. Yeah, because we don't really have any options here. And we are completely exhausted. Yeah, this is another reason that I was trying to avoid combat, is because I was warned that it doesn't like, if you don't end combat quickly, then that's pretty much it. You get locked in this, like, endless thing until one or the other of you basically passes out. I mean, I'll still try to see it through, but this is not the core gameplay loop. Oh, there we go. We got him. We got him. We got him. He fell down. Okay, so do we demand surrender? No, no. We're in it. We're in it. What the F? It's only giving me the option to surrender? Nah, screw that. I'm gonna pull you down, buddy. Get stabbed. This is like every street fight that I have ever been in. This is just two people that have no idea what they're doing, flailing wildly until one person stops getting up. Oh yeah, no, we are completely exhausted. But the only option that I have, other than to continue to attempt feebly to fight back, is to surrender and basically let this guy take all my stuff, which, how much stuff do I have? Oh no, we're gonna have a big problem here in just a second, because our suit is coming apart at the seams. Yeah. Yeah. I think we do the smart money, and I'm gonna exit and potentially reload. Because I don't think there's any situation, like, where this is gonna end well for us, because they're clearly, like, their EVA suit is one of the police EVA suits. So they have better protection than us. Our suit is falling apart. Theirs is too. But yeah, I just don't see this ending well. So I think we just exit. And I'm gonna see if I can reload to before we started trying to fight this guy. And we'll just have to leave him behind. I wouldn't mind letting that be the end of the run if the combat actually felt better. But it just feels so clunky. Like it's just not functioning as intended. I have no idea how much progress we're gonna lose on this, unfortunately. Hopefully not too much. I probably should have saved before I fought the guy. That would have been the smart thing to do. Live and learn, live and learn. Like I said, I was warned about the combat before I started playing, and I did not heed those warnings, and I am paying the price for it.